Hi friends, and welcome to Ouroboros Tarot. Today we're looking into what it is that they have realized. What has the person on your mind realized about you, about the connection? I have 3 groups for you to choose from today, group 1, group 2, and group 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. We're looking into what it is that the person on your mind has realized. And this was a reading that was chosen on the poll that I posted in the community section of this channel. So thank you to those who participated. Please feel free to comment down below what kinds of readings you would like to look forward to in the future. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the cards in the center represent the connecting energy between the two of you. What is currently going on? What is shared between the two of you? And the cards on either side represent either you or your person. This part of the reading is for you to decide whether or not this is actually your pile. If it doesn't sound right, I would suggest checking out another pile, but there might not be a message here for you today, and that is okay too. So, person 1. When it comes to how they're currently showing up in this connection, we have the mole, just trust, and we have the butterfly, and their energy toward the connection currently is abundance. And then person 2 is currently showing up as the horse, tame and attain, and the spider. And their energy toward the connection is mysticism. And then the connecting energies between the two of you currently are flying fish and knowledge. Okay, so what is currently going on between the two of you? How are you both showing up? So person 1 over here, the butterfly person, I feel like the butterfly person is in a very good place right now. Like there's a lot of happiness, and I think that a lot of changes have happened in this person's life recently, and they are changes that this person can be proud of. It's changes that this person did for themselves, and they wholly and completely believe at this current moment that even better things are on its way. This person is in a very optimistic mood. That's also very calm. Like there's so much calmness here because like this person is at peace and is in the present moment, like understands that they might not necessarily have everything it is that they have desired or everything it is that's on their list of things that they want to do or want to accomplish, but it doesn't matter because they're in the present moment, and for the time being, everything that they have is everything that they need. And they also understand that what it is that they're seeking currently or what it is that they're working towards is also on its way to them. Like they are a magnet. They feel as though they are a magnet to it. And I do feel as though for a lot of you, this has to do with your connection. And I say that because with the mole rat here, I see these two different rainbows coming out. And I feel like this is indicative of a coming together of people in some kind of way. And I almost feel like they feel as though no matter what is going on between the two of you, or no matter what is going on between them and other people in their lives that they love dearly, even if they can't see them, this person can feel them. This person is very connected to the people that they love and is pretty intuitive. And then when we come to the horse person, I would say that the horse person is also, it's a very similar energy, but I don't think that there is as much trust here in just receiving what it is that they want. I feel like the horse person is somebody who is being really proactive and is taking a lot of pride in certain goals of theirs right now. In some part of their life, they're giving some aspect of their life a whole lot of attention right now. And it's something that they are creating. It's something that they are very excited about, and they're taking complete responsibility for it. I feel like this person is somebody who is really practicing self-discipline and is refusing to take on the limiting belief that they are helpless in a particular situation, where perhaps in the past they did do that. They're not doing that anymore. This person is no longer in a mindset of where they feel helpless. And then with the connecting energy between the two of you, we have the flying fish and we have knowledge. So I feel like the two of you are very much so on the same page when it comes to this connection. I don't think that there is miscommunication or a separation here. It could be like there could be distance between the two of you, like it could be a long distance connection, but I don't feel as though this is like a no contact situation. It feels more so like the two of you are rapidly moving toward a common goal. And I also feel like for some of you, the air has been cleared in a way, like there was a truth that was revealed, or like the two of you had an honest conversation recently about how you were feeling or about what it is that you wanted. And the two of you have come to some sort of agreement or have acknowledged the other person's feelings or the other person's desires. I also feel like this connection may feel as though there's a little bit of resistance, like there's this vibe of like us against the world or against all odds. So I think that for a lot of you, or for some of you, I guess, the truth that kind of came out may have been something that could have potentially been very damaging for this connection. And instead, the two of you are using it as an opportunity to repair it and come back stronger than ever. But it's something that is like adventurous, something that is moving forward. This is not a stagnant connection at all. So if that resonates, if this sounds like you and your person and your connection, let's go ahead and get tarot and we'll look into what it is that this person has realized. Okay. Spirit, we're looking into pile one's person. What has pile one's person realized about the connection they share with pile one? Okay, so to start, we have Temperance, the Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups. What have they realized about their connection? The Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil. Okay, and what have they realized about pile one? Okay, we have the Empress. The card fell. Let me see what it is. Okay, we have Death in reverse. What has pile one's person realized about pile one? We have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and we have the Four of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay. What has pile one's person realized? I'm going to start with you, what they've realized about you, because the message was kind of intriguing for me. When I saw Death reversed come out right after the Empress, I feel like this is very, like, they're seeing you as somebody who is life-giving almost. Like you're abundant, you're beautiful, you're patient and nurturing, and you nurture the things that you want to have grow and expand. And because of this, they see you as somebody who is incredibly powerful, like you can't be stopped. They're realizing that you are somebody who can't be stopped. There's no changing your mind about certain things. There's no putting doubt in your head. What you want is what you're going to nurture and tend to, and there's patience there in that. There's like this presence that's just like, it's so, it's just awareness. Like you're very aware of the present moment, and you're not grasping for things. You're not longing for things to come that have not come yet. You're sitting in your power. And I see this nurturing, I see this like gentleness and this like open heart, or like it's like they're realizing how big your heart really is, pile one. And I think it's interesting that we have the Empress facing death, and then we have the Queen of Cups facing death. I feel like they feel that you are somebody who inspires them or brings out the best in them, allows them to transform, allows them to make changes without them feeling as though a part of themselves is gone completely because there's been a change or something like that. It just feels like you're very gentle with them, and very like you're giving enough space for them to come to their own conclusions or make the changes that they need to in life. But the love is there. They understand that the feelings are there. And it's one of those things where they have to realize certain things on their own. And they feel as though you're giving them the space or the opportunity or the inspiration to do so. I do feel as though for a lot of you, they're realizing that they don't necessarily want to let you go. They don't necessarily want this connection to be one that isn't committed. I think this person is realizing that they may be afraid of losing you. I also feel like with the devil here, they're realizing that this connection is triggering them in a lot of ways. And I feel like there's this feeling of being imbalanced. Like they feel as though right now it's one or the other. Like, and what I mean by that is I feel like they are realizing that this is a connection that is meant to be in their lives, but there is something else that needs to be tended to before this connection can actually have its moment in the sun. Like, I see this Knight of Cups approaching, facing this Four of Cups, and then we see this hand offering this cup to this person, and they're refusing to take it. And then when we move further along, we see the Knight of Pentacles, which is something completely different than, this emotional, watery Knight of Cups. This is more so career-oriented, skill-oriented, developing new ideas or processes on some certain things, stepping outside of your comfort zone. I feel like there are other areas outside of a romantic connection that this person feels as though they need to, that probably both of you are currently working toward, and they feel as though it's going to take a long time. And when I think about it, if you were resonating with the mole, like the mole and the butterfly, and your person is the horse and the spider, I feel like your person is, while there's trust, while they like intuitively feel as though this connection is one that is serving a higher purpose, while they understand that and they really believe it, they have a more difficult time with trusting or with just allowing things to be where they're at in the current moment. There's more longing on the other person's end, on whoever is the horse and the spider. And I get the feeling that there is this realization that things aren't going to fall into their lap immediately. And I think that they're recognizing that patience needs to be had because of that. And it's something that they're struggling with. It's kind of triggering for them. But they don't have any doubts. Like, I think there's impatience here. They're understanding that they're being impatient, or they might be pushy, like pushing you, or you might be pushing them to go in a certain direction when they don't feel ready or you don't feel ready. But at the end of the day, they understand, they truly believe that their goals are going to be achieved outside of this connection, and there will be an opportunity for this connection to expand even further. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys some advice. And we're going to use the archetype cards today and see what comes through. Okay, Spirit, what advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to this connection? So we have the Destroyer. The light attributes are releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life, and the shadow attributes are intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. What advice is there? Okay, and then we have the Queen. The light attribute is radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. And the shadow attributes are becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling, and demanding. You know, now that these cards have come out, another message that's coming through with this Empress and the Queen of Cups is that they may feel as though there's some sort of pressure being put on them that you might not intentionally be doing, but like it's pressure to make some sort of change. And I feel like there may be a little bit of a break that this person may be needing to take, and they feel the pressure, or they feel you watching them. Let's get one more. And then we have the Networker. The light attributes are enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And the shadow attributes are conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. So I feel like, and obviously take these as they resonate for you, but I feel like with the Destroyer here, what your guides are alluding to is the fact that if you already have been allowing this person the time and the space they need to kind of catch up with you or achieve what it is that they are desiring to achieve in life, you're doing a good job. You're right on track, and they're applauding you. If you resonate more with this message of you are potentially putting a lot of pressure on this person to make some changes that are, or redirect their focus towards this connection rather than other things, your guides are kind of encouraging you to take a step back and allow this person the opportunity to have that experience. And I think that another thing that you're being encouraged or reminded to do is communicate very clearly and openly, but with tact. And to understand that, like, you have your power. You'll be sitting on your throne through this no matter what. You'll be sitting on your throne through a lot of things no matter what. And with this comes the opportunity for you to kind of take the lead, I guess, or step up when somebody else needs help. But it's not, the light attributes of the Queen are not to manipulate, to step up to the plate when others are vulnerable in order to manipulate, but rather in order to protect. Yeah, I keep hearing honesty is the best policy. Well, that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so in my Etsy shop. I have video recorded readings open for the time being, so if that is something you're interested, please check that out. And thank you so much for supporting this channel. Please like, subscribe, share, comment on this video if you feel called to. All kinds of support are greatly appreciated. Okay, I hope I'll see you in another video soon. Bye! Hi Pile 2 and welcome to your reading. Today we are looking into what it is that the person on your mind has realized. This was a topic that was posted on the poll and this is the one that was chosen. So thank you to those who participated. And if you'd like to request a reading or suggest one, feel free to put it in the comment section of this video. I'd really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the cards in the middle, I'm so sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dog. He's very excited right now. Okay, so the cards in the center are representative of the current energy between the two of you, the energy that is shared. And then the cards on either side represent you or your person, as well as the energy toward the connection for each of you. And this will give you a better understanding of whether or not this is actually your pile. If it doesn't sound like your connection, I would suggest checking out another pile, or there may not be a message here for you today, and that is a-okay too. So, to start with person one is currently showing up as the Nightingale of Paradise, and the key words are unknown gift. And we have the Tiger, and their energy toward the connection is gossip. And then person 2 is currently showing up as the Lightning Bug. The keywords are attract through glow. And we have the Fire Ant. And then their energy toward the connection is soulmate and confusion. And then the shared energy between the two of you is number 41, Temperance, and Star. Okay, so what is currently going on between the two of you? So I'm going to go ahead and start with person 2. Person 2 seems to be going through a time in their life, or has been in a time in their life for a while, where they are no longer going to pretend to be something that they're not. They're no longer going to hide parts of themselves just to make another person find them agreeable. And I don't mean this in like an obnoxious way where they're looking for confrontations and things like that. It's more so like this person is at peace with who they truly are. And because of that, what others think of them when it comes to who they truly are does not matter to them. And I feel as though this may not necessarily be the case for person 1. And I think that this is something that is starting to bother or cause this person 2, to feel a little bit resentful towards for some reason. I feel like person 1 is making things a little bit confusing, and it's because they themselves are confused. So, and I don't think that this is something that is mean-spirited by any means. I just feel like this person is kind of lost and may not necessarily know what it is in their heart that they want, so it's impossible for them to feel as though they can follow their heart. Or be honest with themselves and be honest with others. Both the Tiger and the Nightingale are representative of the night, so things that have not yet come to light. And I feel like this person is still growing and figuring out who they are. And because of this, their energy toward the connection is one where they're unsure of where they want this connection to go, or they're unsure of this connection in general. This person is unsure and perhaps a little fearful. Like, the message is within them. The message that their heart is trying to say to them is within them, but there's fear here. And the fear is causing them to not want to sit in the silence and have that conversation with self. And I think this is affecting person 2's energy towards the connection. I think person 2, at least in the past, truly thought that this was a soul level connection. They thought that this was their soulmate, like the two of you were soulmates. And now I feel as though they're obviously confused, and they're no longer sure how to act toward this connection. They don't know what energy to give it. because they don't know what pile 1 wants. And they know what they want, and what they want is not what is happening currently. So there's just a lot of like unknown here. And then the energy between the two of you, Temperance and the Star, this is telling me that you both are actively working toward a common goal. Like there is, while there's confusion here, it's not like the two of you are sweeping it under the rug and no one wants to talk about it. I feel like the both of you are working together to try to find balance in this connection, as well as direction. Like figure out what direction this connection is going to go in, rather than sitting in limbo. Because right now that's what it feels like. It feels like this connection is in limbo. Yeah, but if that resonates, if that sounds like you, your person, your connection, let's go ahead and look into what it is that your person has realized. So first we'll do what they've realized about this connection for the first row, and then we'll do what it is that they've realized about you. What has pile 2's person realized about this connection? So we have the Page of Cups, we have the Sun, the World, the Four of Swords. What has pile? Okay, and then we have the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. Okay, and what have they realized about pile 2? What has pile 2's person realized about pile 2? Okay, so we have the Hermit, the Chariot, the Five of Wands, the Magician, and the Seven of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the message is the same, like regardless of who's who in this connection. I would say that your person, when it comes to what they're realizing about this connection, is that this connection may actually be coming to a close, and I think that there may not have been that expectation, like this person has been patiently waiting. And I think that that's for either one of you. Like if you're the lightning bug or if you're the nightingale, either way, there's been this pause that's been put on this relationship. And I feel like for a lot of you, this connection never really was able to grow into maturity. Like it wasn't able to mature into a full-blown relationship or mature into whatever goal you had set for it or they had set for it. But then we have the Five of Swords coming after the Four of Swords, and we have the Three of Swords. So we have 3, 4, 5. But I feel like what they're beginning to realize is that this connection may not go in their favor. Like I feel like one person, I'm not sure, it'll depend on who you are and who your person is in this reading, but they feel as though one person is going to be kind of taken advantage of or have the upper hand in some way towards this connection. Like if we look at the Five of Swords, this person is taking away two swords, and then there's 3 more swords here. And I feel like someone is going to have to take on these 3 swords that are in the heart. And the other person is going to walk away with 2. At least that's what they're thinking. I think that they don't feel as though this connection is going to work toward their advantage anymore. And then when it comes to what it is that they have realized about you, I think that they're realizing, regardless of who you are in this reading, like if you're the Let's see. So if you're the lightning bug, your person is realizing that you are not going to, I guess, like, lower your standards or put yourself down in order to make this connection work. Like, you're not going to allow this person to disrespect you or hurt you in order to make this work, in order for them to figure out what it is. Like, you don't want to be in limbo. They're realizing that you don't want to be in limbo. And if they don't make a decision, you're going to make it for them. And the decision that you're going to make is one that is self-protective, is one that is in your best interest rather than in the best interest of this connection or in the best interest of what your goals may have been for this connection. And if you are the nightingale, I feel like your person feels as though you're not going to choose them. They're realizing that this is something that you're, wherever you are in life currently, like whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to have to do it alone. And it's not because it's like, I'm not trying to say that in like a, you're going to be alone because you're a horrible person or because you hurt this person. Like, it's not like that. It's more so like they understand that you are going to choose yourself. That's what they feel is going to happen. And you're doing this so that you can realize who you are. But this person realizes that, like, you're genuinely confused. They realize that it's not an easy decision to make, whatever is happening between the two of you. But that's what I'm seeing. I feel as though currently together, your person is feeling as though some of their power and some of your power is being taken away. Whereas when the two of you are apart, your power kind of comes back to you. Let's go ahead and get some advice. And I'm going to use the archetype cards today. What does pile 2 need to hear when it comes to this connection? What do their guides want to advise them to do? What is their advice? Okay, so we have the trickster. The light attribute is transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior, and the shadow attribute is manipulating others through duplicity. We also have the angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. And the shadow attribute is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. And we have the mediator, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect both sides of an argument. And the shadow attribute is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. So with this mediator card here, I feel as though your guides are encouraging you to see things from this person's perspective. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person's perspective is the truth or the end-all be-all, and there's no other way to kind of perceive this connection or perceive what's going on. But it's more so like there is truth to what both of you are experiencing in some capacity, and I feel like there is a way to navigate this where you don't lose sight of who you are, or you don't act in a way that you may not be very proud of later on. Like your guides are encouraging you to really practice mindfulness and be very present in your interactions with this person. And to also be aware of what your intentions are behind what it is that you're saying, what it is that you're doing. Is it to, like, if you're the nightingale, are you saying things to keep this person on hold until you're ready, or are you being honest? Are you being authentic? Like, honesty is needed now, and genuine respect and care and concern for one another is really important. And it's not something that is meant to be used as a tool to get what it is that you want, regardless of which person you were in this connection. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 2. Thank you so, so much for letting me read for you. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that in my Etsy shop. The link is in the comment section. I pin it in the comment section, and I also put it in the description box of the video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I would truly appreciate it. Comment on this video if you feel called to anything to help support this channel. I would forever be thankful. And I hope that I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye! Hi Pile 3 and welcome to your reading. We're looking into what the person on your mind has realized. And this was a topic that was picked from the poll that I posted in the community section of this channel. So thank you to those who voted. But let's go ahead and get into it. So this middle piece right here is representative of the connecting energies between the two of you currently, and then the cards on either side represent you or your person, as well as the energies that you both have toward the connection. So when it comes to person 1, we have the vulture, and the keywords are immense growth. We also have the oyster, and we have destiny. And then person 2 is currently showing up as the woodpecker, with the keyword being opportunity. We also have peacock, and their energy toward the connection is expansion. And then the connecting energies between the two of these people are number 16, the high priestess, and crane. Okay. So I feel like this is a very specific message that's coming through, and I don't think that this is going to be for the majority of you, but I feel like this pile is a pile where your person and you are both in other commitments of some kind. So this could be like the two of you are in marriages or in relationships, but it doesn't have to be like a third-party situation like that, but there's something that the two of you are both kind of, I don't want to say like trapped, but like you're kind of being held to, or yeah, like I feel like you've made a commitment of some kind, or there's something else that you have been working on or you've been investing in for a very, very, very long time. But these things are separate. Like they don't, like your person is in a completely different spot and you're in a completely different spot when it comes to what it is that you've invested in or what it is that you've committed to. And I feel like the two, like it feels like the two of you are kind of ready to face the music. You're kind of ready to accept that these feelings that the two of you have for one another are there. I'm not necessarily sure if this is something that has been discussed or if it's just something that the two of you are participating in together in some capacity. Like the two of you are interacting and you can feel the spark, you know it's there, you know the other person feels it, but there hasn't really been a conversation about it yet. I feel like for the majority of you, simply because both of you feel as though it's not the appropriate time for you to, it's not the appropriate time, or it's simply not appropriate for the two of you to be kind of coming closer together. When it comes to person 1, I feel like person 1's currently showing up in this connection as somebody who is recognizing that there is something in their life that is dead, that is dying, and is no longer serving them, or is still serving them, but it's almost come to its final chapter. And I think that this person isn't somebody who runs away from things very like easily or like gives up very easily, and I feel like they are letting themselves sit in whatever this change that they feel is coming is. And I feel like, with the vulture here, this is representative of suffering and of growing from that suffering. And I feel like they are evolving. They understand that a change, something has ended or something is going to end, but there's still a lot to learn. There's still a lot to take from the transition from one thing to another, and they're not trying to speed that along. I also feel like this person is, with these changes, really beginning to get to know themselves better, or begin to like themselves a little bit more, take care of themselves a little bit more, or simply show the rest of the world who they are. There's some self-confidence here that's been increased. And this is, how they're showing up in this connection. So I think that this connection is one that has kind of helped this self-esteem kind of grow for this person. And person 2, I think it's interesting because for person 1, we have 15 vulture, and then person 2, we have 16 opportunity. So it's literally just the next card over in this deck. And what I'm sensing is that person 2 has kind of already gone through this, or is not really necessarily wanting to mourn whatever it is that they have kind of turned their back on, or like lost interest in, whatever the case may be. They're not going through this slowly. They see an opportunity in this connection and they want to take it, is what I will say. I think that this person is at least in these cards, they're being portrayed somewhat as a little bit shallow, or caring more about surface level things. So this person may be very attracted to person 1, and it could be almost like the main thing that is drawing them to person 1. But also they like care about their own appearance. There's just like an element of shallowness here. And I don't necessarily think that this person is really wanting to take away any lessons during this period of transition. They just know. They know that they're done with whatever it is that they've been holding on to, or that has been holding on to them in the past. And they know that those things no longer work for them. They're no longer interested in it. And they now want to focus on a connection with person 1. Person 1's energy, so that's the energy as well for person 2. For person 1, their energy is destiny. I feel like this person is much more so letting things play out naturally, is understanding that there is something special happening between the two of you, and there's something that is meant to happen between the two of you, but it's not something that is going to be forced, and it's not something that they want to rush. Yeah. Okay, so if that resonates, let's go ahead and get tarot and look into what it is that they have realized. Okay, Spirit, we're looking into pile 3 and their person. What has pile 3's person realized? What has pile 3's person realized about this connection? Okay, we have the 3 of Swords. We have the 5 of Pentacles. What has person 3's? Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. What have they realized about this connection? And we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, and one more. What have they realized? And then we have the Knight of Swords. Interesting. And then what has pile 3's person realized about pile 3? Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, the Magician. Okay, and then we have the 4 of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so what is it that your person has realized about this connection? I feel very strongly like they're realizing that something has to be given up. something needs to have their back, like they need to turn their back on something in order for this connection to move forward. They need to walk away from something else in order for this connection to move forward. And they're not, I feel very strongly like for the majority of you, your person is being represented as person 2, as the peacock. Just because the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Swords is such rapid, fast-moving energy. And when we look at like what they're realizing about you, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. These are very like reserved. The 4 of Pentacles is very reserved, and the Knight of Pentacles is very slow. So I feel like they're realizing that you are not going to jump into this very quickly. And I kind of see that here with the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Swords as well. Like the 8 of Wands, the Wands are coming in this direction. There's this motorcycle speeding toward the Knight of Swords, and then the Knight of Swords is galloping towards the 8 of Wands. And I feel like this is representative of them realizing that the two of you aren't necessarily seeing eye to eye, or the two of you will butt heads, will come into some sort of conflict or confrontation when it comes to the movement of this connection. And I think that either they recognize that someone else, like if they're having to walk away from another person, they're recognizing that this is going to cause pain. If they're not walking away from another person, if they're walking away from something else, they're recognizing that it's going to cause them pain in order for this to happen. Like and I think that for a lot of you, that has to do with the fact that they are rushing things. Like they haven't tied a few strings, they haven't found closure, they haven't completed the chapter. They're like skipping ahead to the next 5 pages. Yeah. And they're realizing that you aren't like that. You aren't going to make irrational or impulsive decisions. You are somebody who is much more clear-headed. You're somebody who is going to approach this with logic and with reservation. And not in the sense if there's fear. This person doesn't think that you are afraid of anything. They think that you're a very confident person and very sure of yourself. And you're not questioning how it is that you're feeling. You're not questioning what decisions you need to make. There's no doubt here that they see. What they see is somebody who is standing their ground and like knows what it is that they want and has boundaries, and they're unwavering. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and get some advice for you guys. We're going to use the archetype cards today for advice. What advice is there for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? Okay, we have the child orphan. The light attributes are independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. And the shadow attributes are feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. What is it that they need to hear? Okay, and then we have the servant. The light attribute is delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And the shadow attribute is using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. And then we have the knight. The light attributes are loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. And the shadow attributes are allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Okay, so for the child orphan, I feel very strongly like this card is about like abandonment, right? And it came out right over the 5 of Pentacles, which is abandoning something. It's turning your back on something. And I feel like your guides, especially if you resonated as the peacock, what your guides are encouraging right now, but this message is for all of you. They're encouraging you to sit in that discomfort, sit in that transitional phase, and let yourself have a moment without whatever it is you're walking away from, and also without the thing you're walking towards. Like, sit in that individuality, sit in that solitude. There are important things to be gained from solitude, and nothing needs to be rushed. Your presence, like being with yourself, is enough. And then we have the Servant and the Knight. I feel like this is a specific message and it's not going to be for everyone, but there is a message here coming through of being gentle with other people's hearts, other people's lives, other people's feelings. If this is a connection where other people, like this person has realized, will get hurt, it's important to keep that in mind and navigate around that in a loving way rather than in a way that is tactless or very hurtful. And to also be aware, I think with this Knight card, I feel like your guides are really wanting to ask you whether or not this connection is one that is fully something full of loyalty and romance and chivalry and honor and respect, or is it one that is more like the shadow attribute says, a delusion, a romantic delusion. It's important to take your time and really get to know the truth of what's happening before any decisions are made. And I'm not saying either way what the truth of what is happening is, but you within your heart and within your intuition will know. But that's all that I have for you today, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel. It would be a wonderful way to support me, to help my channel grow, commenting on this video as well, liking, sharing, all of that good stuff. I would be more than thankful. Yeah, and if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. The link will be pinned in the comment section of this video as well as in the description box. And I hope that I'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye!